This video is brought to you by America First Insight. Help support the growing conservative movement by becoming a member today. And if you want to support this channel, you can also use the code REAL when becoming a member. Thank you and enjoy the video. So as most people probably know, the Democrat Party has a lot of issues. I don't think anyone's going to really disagree with that assessment, but it does seem like the Democrat Party, they have a lot of problems that they're not really addressing. They don't know how to address it. It seems like it's getting worse by the day. Well, the New York Times released a surprisingly very good article yesterday that details the current political realignment that we're seeing, and it is not looking good for Democrats whatsoever. So I want to look at what they found because their findings should terrify every single Democrat. And before I continue with today's video, guys, I need you to like and share this video right now. These are great ways to support the content. It helps the channel out in the algorithm. So like and share the video right now. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. These are great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. I really want to talk about this article that details the current political realignment that we're seeing, which that's what it is. Guys, what's happening right now is a political realignment, possibly the biggest in American history. Like, we've seen some crazy ones in the past, but of every political realignment we've seen, I don't think there's been one as insane and as clear as this one. I mean, look at this map right here. For those that are confused what this map is, this is every single county in America that has shifted towards President Trump in each of the last 3 elections. And you may notice something. Basically, every single county, especially in the swing states, has gotten significantly more Republican. I mean, you can't even see states like Ohio. You can barely see states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Arizona. Basically, every single county in these key swing states, they have gotten significantly more Republican. And compare that to the counties that have swung Democrat. And that's it. There's what? Like 40, maybe 50 counties in the last 3 cycles that have shifted Republican or Democrat every single year. Yeah, that's it. These 2 maps alone should tell you that, okay, there's a big problem for Democrats because, listen, obviously you have population density. Some of these areas that are swinging Republican, I get it, there's not a lot of people there, but this is not sustainable. If you're the Democrat Party, this map should horrify you because Republicans, they're gaining everywhere. And it's not just some random areas that have, like, no people in them. No, there's another map they showed that demonstrates that a lot of these areas that Republicans are gaining in, there's a lot of people here. Like, look at Las Vegas. Las Vegas is the deciding factor in Nevada every single year. And it has shifted, like, 10 points Republican in the last 10 years. Same thing with a place like Philly, New York City, Cleveland. These areas have a lot of people in them, and they decide these states' elections, and all of them are shifting more and more Republican every single year. And yeah, you got some areas that are getting more Democrat, but basically the areas the Democrats are gaining in, they're not gaining enough. And that's their problem. Yeah, they're making gains, but it's not enough, and they're getting killed everywhere else. I mean, this is bad. How can anyone say, oh yeah, this map looks perfectly fine? Does it? To me, this looks like an utter disaster. This looks like the party is dying. The Democrat Party right now, it looks like they're dying. If this is a map you showed somebody 10, 15 years ago, they would have said, oh wait, Democrats are in big trouble. The Democrats are losing everywhere. And the New York Times, they looked more at who these voters are because it seems strange that Democrats are collapsing everywhere. And they want to look more into who these voters really are. Now, obviously, most people could probably guess that, yeah, these are working class voters. This has been the theme for years. The Trump coalition, they're predominantly working class voters. These are people that 10, 20 years ago, they probably were Democrats. But in the last 10 to 15 years, the Democrat Party has gone off the rails, and they may not like the Republican Party, but they certainly love Trump, they trust him, and they voted Republican for the first time possibly ever because of him. And they looked at this, and well, it's clear. Democrats are doing much better with wealthy people, people that make a lot of money, people that are worth possibly millions of dollars. That's the group of voters that Democrats are doing way better with. Republicans, meanwhile, they're doing better with the vast majority of Americans, the middle class, working class voters, basically like the rest of the country. They're doing fantastic with it. Just look at this chart right here. I mean, this is awful for Dems, but because they're doing good, yeah, with the wealthy areas. Yeah, they're doing better with rich people. That's good and all, but look at the Republican side. They're getting killed with the working class now. These working class voters, they're not coming back. Basically, every single county that has swung Republican in the last 10 to 15 years, they make less than $100,000 in median income. Only 3 make more than that. Democrats, meanwhile, the majority are above that. So, yeah, this image perfectly explains the realignment. Republicans, they're doing better with the majority of Americans. Like, the 75% of Americans, they're doing better with. The working class, the middle class, they're doing great with them. Democrats, meanwhile, they're only doing good with wealthy people. But that's it. That's the only demographic that has swung even slightly Democrat in the last 15 years. And you do the math and you realize, oh, wait a minute, the majority of people, they don't make $500,000 a year. The vast majority of people don't make that. Democrats, though, that's who their new base is. Their new base is those that make a bunch of money. They don't have to worry about inflation. They never have to worry about anything. That's the only type of voter that has gotten more Democrat in the last 10 to 15 years. That's it. That's the only demographic that has swung even remotely Democrat, which is not good for them. Because guess what? That's not sustainable. Because, yeah, they may do 20, 30 points better with these voters, but if Republicans are doing 10, 15 points better with the rest of the country, well, who do you think is going to win? The Republican Party would win every single time. And the crazy part is, it's not just white working class voters like Democrats were saying for years. They were claiming for decades that, oh, the Republican Party would be dead because of the Hispanic vote, because of the African American vote. And for a couple of years, it looked like that was the case. Like, hey, Republicans, they're doing better with white working class voters, not so much with African Americans, not so much with Hispanics. Well, ever since 2020 and especially 2024, it's clear this ain't just a white person problem. Democrats are currently collapsing with basically every demographic. It doesn't matter if the person is white, African American, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. If you're working class, you're getting way more Republican. Again, the New York Times, yet again, they demonstrate this with other graphs. I mean, look at this. These areas that are very African American, majority black, look at it. It's basically every single county that's majority African American that's swung either way are Republican now. Yeah, there's some areas that are getting more Democrat, like Rockdale, which is in Georgia, and these other areas in Georgia, I get that. But outside of those select areas, that's it. Just last year, Republicans gained ground in 193 of the county's 200 most predominantly black counties, even as former Vice President Kamala Harris stood to become the first black female president. Yeah, that's real. Democrats crashed everywhere. Now, there's some areas they gained here and there, but in 2024, they gained in basically no black counties. Republicans gained everywhere. Excuse me. Huh? You're telling me that Kamala Harris has a chance to become the first black female president. She could be the first president that's African American and a female. And she collapses everywhere? Not just in one county, not just a couple. No. And basically every single county that's predominantly black, she collapsed in? Huh? You see the problem here for Dems? It's not just a fluke that happened in 2020. It got worse in 2024, when Kamala Harris should have been the perfect candidate for the black vote. Oh, she's gonna run it up with black voters. Really? How did that go? It turns out it got even worse. And let's keep going. Look at the Hispanic vote. This is far worse and more egregious than black voters. Everyone knows this. The Hispanic vote has gotten way more Republican. This is not even a question. In fact, there's some polls out there that suggest that a majority of Hispanics, they now support Trump. That's what Insider Advantage found. So now it turns out that the results over the last 5 to 10 years, they weren't flukes. As of the 67 counties in America with a majority Hispanic population, 66 of them voted more Republican in 2024 than in 2012. And in fact, of those 66 counties that became more Republican, the average swing was 23 points. Yeah, 23 points. And Trump improved his results in each of his 3 presidential runs in about 2/3 of majority Hispanic counties. Does this sound like a fluke? Does this sound like, oh, Democrats, they're perfectly fine? Democrats, meanwhile, they gained nowhere. Yeah. Democrats, by contrast, improved their share of the vote in not a single county in America where Latinos accounted for 1/3 or more of the population. Yeah, that's it. They couldn't even get one. They got 0 counties that is more than like 1/3 Hispanic to get more Democrat. That is bad. I mean, everyone knew it was pretty bad, but holy crap. This is DEFCON 1. If you're the Democrat Party, what do you even do here? Because you have gained with no one. Actually, that's false. They gained with old-ass white people. That's the only demographic that has gotten more Democrat. The old-ass white vote and white voters that are worth like 500,000. That's it. That's the only demographic that you could argue has gotten more Democrat. And you could argue that it's like by 5 points or whatever. Not this 25, 50 point shift we're seeing with working class voters. This is bad. And the worst part for Dems is it's not just a Trump thing. It really looks like, yeah, Republicans down ballot, they're trailing him. That's true. But it seems like the Hispanic vote, the African American vote, the white working class vote, they're steadily getting more and more Republican. Not as much as Trump right now, but they're still getting more Republican. How can anyone look at this and say, yeah, everything's fine, there's nothing wrong here? The Democrat Party, they're running out of time. Because it's only a matter of time before the rest of these voters, before they shift Republican. It's only a matter of time as they see the Democrat Party become more insane. And Republicans, yeah, they're not perfect, but at least they got Trump, at least they got Vance, at least they're pretending to represent people. Democrats, meanwhile, the only people that they're appealing to are the old boomers. That's it. That's the only demographic they're even remotely trying to appease, which is like nothing. They're appeasing a small minority of the vote and ignoring everybody else. They're ignoring Hispanics, black voters, working class voters, just everybody. It doesn't matter, except like 5% of the population. They're ignoring everybody else. Gee, I wonder why they're losing. It's as if you piss off everybody and you start losing. Wow, what a shocking turn of events. Now, Republicans, obviously, they could still blow this. This is a Republican Party we're talking about. They're the type of party to F this up. I understand that. But at the same time, Democrats, they have nothing. They're gaining nowhere of note outside of Atlanta. That's the only area you could argue is even remotely shifting Democrat, which it is. Outside of that, though, they're gaining in maybe Waukesha and Wisconsin, which is important, but they're getting killed everywhere else. Michigan, they're getting nowhere. Pennsylvania, they're getting killed in. Nevada, same deal. Arizona, looks like the trend's reversing. So where are they gaining at? Of the critical swing states, they're gaining nowhere. They're gaining in not a single area whatsoever. So a lot could happen the next couple of years, but Democrats got to wake up soon. Because this is a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before a bunch of these voters, they may not vote Republican, but they're going to say, screw this. I'm not going to even vote for Dems. What's the point? Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.